I would say to you, however, for legitimate fight purposes, Gervonta Davis, to me, is the #1 attraction in boxing. He's the #1 attraction in boxing. He will finish you.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith recently grabbed attention when he said Gervonta Davis has such strong power that he could knock out Shakur Stevenson in the very first round.
You thought that you could lean on the ropes and ultimately counter Tank. No. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not do that to Gervonta Tank Davis. If you got the power.
I haven't seen you this hyped in a long time.
Listen, Gervonta Davis is the real deal. You got to be in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
Or in the rope. If you're going to be on the ropes, you want to be in the middle. You don't want to be in one of the corners. Not against Tank, man.
I just want you to know.
Not against Tank. That's what Tank did. We talk about wobble. You ain't never wobbled me. And walked right across the ring. I'm not talking about round 2, 3, 4, whatever. I'm talking about opening bell. He walked right across the ring and said, I'm right here. Wobble me now.
Backing him up, promoter Eddie Hearn said Shakur Stevenson would depend on his smart thinking and strong defense against Gervonta Davis, fighting with accuracy and control, but one punch from Tank could change everything.
I think I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is, again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terrence and those kind of guys, you know. I think the difference with Boots is he's got the defensive mastercraft and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out, and I think that's quite different. Do you know what I mean? Like Shakur, I say defensive. I think that's a bit harsh on Shakur, but he's not a huge puncher, but defensively and skill-wise, he's right up there.
He's a real technical fighter.
Oh, phenomenal.
Roy Jones Jr., a former professional boxer, said Shakur Stevenson has the advantage because of his discipline, but added that Gervonta Davis has the natural talent to beat him.
And now Shakur wins it because of his discipline, because he showed against Teofimo they can stay very disciplined all night. And he's the type of guy, he don't really do a lot of crazy stuff in his life normally, so it's like discipline is a thing that is not only exercised inside the ring, it's exercised also outside the ring. And as we see, sometimes Gervonta has problems with discipline, but we have never seen Shakur have problems with discipline. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intention.
He also said Gervonta Davis becomes a real danger when he stays disciplined and fully focused, able to do even better than expected despite distractions around him.
But Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right. Tank is a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him and it make people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem for anybody.
Shakur Stevenson said he is a bigger star than Gervonta Davis and claimed that a win would make him the face of the division.
I'm the guy that's gonna put asses in seats, the view, everybody gonna tune into my fights. If we could act like it was the A side of this fight just because you got the belt.
Yeah.
Let's pretend because you got the belt, and I'm coming to challenge you for your belt.
That's what it is right now.
But truthfully, is he the A side?
Like
I'm the bigger fighter, bro.
Popularity,
I'm the guy, bro. Like I'm the guy, and after I beat him, bro, I'm the face, bro.
Face box, face.
I don't want to hear him.
Shakur Stevenson hinted he was coming into the fight at a whole new level, confident fans would see a sharper and improved version of him on fight night.
Yeah, this one of them kind of fights where it's like, I remember people watched me with Jamel Herring, and they felt as though I was the best fighter in the world then. So I think that's going to be what comes Saturday night. I think they're going to get that version of me, but 10 times better.
And now, former American professional boxer Jamel Herring pushed back, saying Shakur Stevenson has already proven himself and deserves to be mentioned alongside Gervonta Davis.
Be selective
but then say Shakur Stevenson ain't do nothing. That's what I'm just speaking as just a fan. You know what I mean? Like Shakur, the 3-time, 3-divisional world champion, unified world champion. So he's done something. You know what I mean? And he's done something enough to where if people are bringing him up to you, it's obviously because people want to see the fight. It's not like they bringing up, a nobody. It's like, or somebody coming up in the rankings. And it's like, what have they done? But it's like, this is somebody who y'all in the same weight class. Y'all both hold, one of the major 4 world titles in the sanctioning bodies.
However, Coach Kenny Ellis brushed it off, saying fan opinions will always be divided between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. He made it clear that's just how boxing is. If the fight happens, it happens. And if not, the debate will continue.
Go all day with that, and you're going to have Gervonta fans and you're going to have Shakur fans. That's the sport.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it stress you out. This shit is crazy. If they fight, they fight. If they don't, well, they don't,
Shakur Stevenson said he had already figured out Gervonta Davis, knowing exactly what to expect and feeling he fought on a different level. He added that his versatility lets him fight however he wants, confident he can control the fight on his own terms.
The thing is, right, and this is why he's not going to be able to beat me, he got one style that he can do. So I know what he's bringing. I know what he's coming with. He's coming straight ahead at me to throw non-stop punches the entire night. There's nothing different that he's going to do. I'm levels above him because I know that I can do whatever I want. So it depends on what I decide to do that night and how I want to go in there and fight. Sometimes I fight in the pocket. Sometimes I move a little tiny bit, but it depends on how I want to fight that night.
Shakur Stevenson made it clear he was going after the biggest fight in boxing against Gervonta Davis, saying everyone already knew his goal. He pushed for the fight to happen, leaving no doubt about who he wanted to face. Finally,
what's next? I told you I want the biggest fight in boxing. Yeah. Y'all already know what I want, so let's make it.
Shakur Stevenson said he has always respected both Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney as top fighters over the years. However, he made it clear that he has always believed he was the best among them, and added that even if they don't say it out loud, deep down they know it too.
Yeah, I felt like them guys was hell of a fighters. Through the years, I done gave these guys credit. But when it really come down to it, I always knew I'm the one. Mm-hmm. Like, I always knew. And I feel like deep down, like, they probably won't say it, but they know. They know.
Shakur Stevenson made it clear he was ready to face Gervonta Davis, saying that if there's any issue, it should be settled in the ring. He challenged Davis to sign the contract and fight under the bright lights in front of millions.
I got you, but like I said, if any fighter have an issue with me, because I felt like Tio was jealous of me. Mm-hmm. I told him this several times. Any fighter have any issue with me,
let's do it.
Sign the contract, turn the lights on bright, let millions come around the seats to see what's happening, and pull up on me.
Meanwhile, Timothy Bradley pointed out the criticisms surrounding Gervonta Davis, noting that many people questioned his record and the quality of opponents he had faced. He also wondered how much credit Shakur Stevenson would really get for beating Davis, suggesting the reward might be more about money than respect.
You already know the perception of Tank by many of the boxing pundits and the fans in boxing. You already know how they feel about Tank Davis when it comes to, I hear people talk about his resume. I hear people talking about, well, he's only one division champion. He really only won one belt. The guys that he's faced, he hasn't faced a top tier elite fighter, so on and so forth. So with that being said, why even want to entertain the fight with Tank Davis? I mean, how much credit are you going to really get, Shakur, besides the money, right?
Tim Bradley advised Shakur Stevenson to stop chasing Gervonta Davis, saying it could make him seem desperate. He emphasized that Stevenson has too much skill and value in boxing to focus on just one fight, warning it could damage his image and negotiating power.
I would advise you, leave Tank alone, man, for real. No need to keep beating on a dead horse, man. You know, you too skilled, you know, you got too much value for the sport. You got too much value for, you know, the sport of boxing and your career, man. And, you know, it just doesn't look right you chasing a guy. You know, you call him out once, you know, maybe twice, but then after that, bro, like, hey, let it go. Let it go. Now you looking desperate. You know, now you looking like you need him. And on top of that, you putting a price tag, if you were to fight him, on yourself.
Moreover, former professional football tight end Shannon Sharpe said Gervonta Davis was the biggest fight for Shakur Stevenson in terms of money and legacy, while Chad Johnson added that Lamont Roach Jr. would be a more technical, strategic fight. Stevenson agreed, calling Roach underrated and even suggesting he had done enough to beat Davis despite a missed knockdown call.
I think Tank is the money fight. You know, not only will that help cement your legacy at the lightweight division, I think that's the fight, Shakur, that's going to pay you the most money.
I think Tank is the money fight, but the fight that would interest me the most, the one I think would be the best chess match, would be Brother Roach.
I think that Lamont is very underrated. I'm glad because a lot of people don't realize how good he really is.
You know, a lot of people think that Lamont actually beat Tank in that fight. What do you think?
I do. I think Lamont won. I think Lamont won 7-5, 8-4, even without the
Without the knockdown?
Yeah, without the knockdown, that should have been.
Shakur Stevenson said Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach Jr., and Andy Cruz were the toughest fights at lightweight. He made it clear he preferred facing the best and most challenging opponents. For Stevenson, those fights represented the highest level of competition in the division.
I take Tank, Lamont, lightweight. I like Andy Cruz. I'm a competitor. So I like the best fights and the most competitive fights. So I think them guys is more so the three most competitive.
Shakur Stevenson said his relationship with Gervonta Davis changed once he became a real threat, claiming that respect turned into tension as his name grew. He explained that Davis started taking subtle digs in public, which he felt was unnecessary, and added that it seemed like Davis didn't want anyone else reaching his level.
When I first was around him, he was showing a lot of love. And then once I became a threat, is where like everything switched over. Once like people started talking about me and my name started getting bigger, then it was like I'll go fight and I'll get on Twitter and he'll like post, oh, he did that because it was a cab driver, or he'll just post some like hating ass to where like it was unnecessary to go do that. Cause like I thought we was like cool type stuff. But now he like flipped it to turn it like I did something to him and he made it so believe that. But nah, that just, I think like in his brain it's just one person and nobody else could be up here too.
Returning to Roy Jones Jr., American boxer, he praised Shakur Stevenson as a very skilled fighter with excellent footwork, but noted that he sometimes moved too far out of range, which limited his ability to counter effectively. He said this was especially noticeable against hard punchers, and added that it could make Stevenson's fights seem less exciting to fans.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but you gotta learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this because this is gonna mean a lot for him. His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You understand me? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
Jones agreed that Gervonta Davis showed top-level discipline, patiently setting up his punches with perfect timing. He explained that Davis carefully read openings before attacking, striking only when he was sure. Jones described him as a chess player in the ring, thinking several moves ahead, and added that this careful strategy makes Davis one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing.
Do you agree with that? Of course I agree with that, because he shows discipline. Discipline enough to have, he got enough shock on his punch, but he knows how to set the punch up before he does it. He's patient enough to set it up before he does it. He looks at it a few times to make sure he got it. When you know he got it, boom, he get it. That's a real chess player in the boxing ring. That's the most deadly kind of guy in the world, besides a Mike Tyson type guy in boxing. A guy that can play chess in that boxing ring is a killer, and that's what Tank can do.
Shakur Stevenson reflected on that fight, stressing how important discipline and pacing are in the ring. He noted that unlike Frank Martin, a fighter can't waste energy early or get pulled into unnecessary exchanges, because once fatigue sets in, a strong opponent like Gervonta Davis will take advantage. Shakur highlighted that staying calm, following a smart game plan, and controlling distance are key to surviving and having a chance to win against someone with Tank's knockout power.
It was a professional versus an amateur. Frank Martin lost the fight in round one. When Tank walked out and made him do exactly what he wanted him to do, he lost the fight. Frank went out there and just wasted a lot of energy in the first 3 or 4 rounds. And by round 5, round 6, especially with the weight problems that he was having, he got tired. And once he got tired, his ball game, Tank lined him up and got rid of him.
Gervonta Davis's training camp focuses on explosive power and precision. Every session is designed to deliver fight-ending punches, with long hours on the heavy bag and mitts to sharpen his timing and ensure each combination is fast, accurate, and dangerous.
Okay, 2J. I said, 1, 2, big boy. No hope here. Let's get it. Come on. Roll. Get out of here. Put it again, huh? Right hand, left hand hooks. That's the judge. No, 1, 2, hold on. No. 1, 2, hold on.
His goal isn't just to outbox opponents, but to land punches that can instantly change the fight. His sparring sessions are intense and very competitive, meant to mimic real fight pressure. Tank practices reading opponents, setting traps, and responding with powerful counters. At the same time, his conditioning is pushed to the limit so he can keep his power and explosiveness from the first round to the last without slowing down.